Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. I hope you guys are having a good day. I just wanted to chime in and say hello. I also wanted to let you guys know that I've seen your questions on the YouTube channel, and I love the fact that you guys come through here. This is a place for intelligent Black people, and you don't have to be Black to show up, but you do have to respect intelligent Black people and understand our point of view, no matter who you are, what your background is. Now, with that being said, one of the things I want to mention is tonight, by the way, if you're watching on Tuesday, June 11th, you might be watching later. Every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, we do a master class on investing. You guys know I'm a finance professor. I've been teaching finance for 25 years. I taught it at Syracuse University. If you still like to join the master class, you still can. We're going to meet every week, and we're going to reboot the master class once it's done. All recordings are available. You can go to drvoicemasterclass.com. That's drvoicemasterclass.com. Hit the thumbs up button, please, before we get started. And let's just get it cracking here. Okay, so one of the things that you guys asked me to do more follow-up on is a video I did called What a Billionaire Told Me About Black People. And that's when I was walking through Midtown Manhattan and basically told the story about Bank of America and the power play that Bank of America made that allowed the Italian community to pull billions of dollars in to fight discrimination. I do believe economic power is the only and primary and most important type of power in America. And those who understand how to harness economic power can have influence that far exceeds their percentage of the population and things like that. So let me show you guys something. First of all, let me just recap here so you guys can see the video. It's very, very short. So I want you to watch this 2-minute piece. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill in a little bit on one aspect of the video that you guys asked me about. So here's the video now. So this right here is the Bank of America Tower. I'm in Midtown Manhattan. And the reason I'm filming the Bank of America Tower is because I once had a conversation with a white billionaire, and he's kind of a libertarian, and so he wasn't into conservative or Republican. You know, when we talked about the Democrats and Republicans, his opinion was that they all kind of care about their own power. They all rip the American people off. When we talked about Facebook, he said, oh, Facebook is evil. And I've known Mark Zuckerberg since he was young, and that's an evil company. So he's kind of wired in like that in terms of some of the stuff that's going on in the country on a high level, because he's, a billionaire or whatever. Well, anyway, one thing that he mentioned was he had followed my work, with the Black community. He said, and one thing that he said he liked about what we do is that he said, your ideology, I like it because it's not liberal, it's not conservative, it's all about power. And he said, power means that, when you go and you run up the mountain shooting, they're gonna shoot back. If you get real power, he said, as Black people get real power, don't expect that people are gonna let you accumulate power without them fighting back. And he said, and I like the fact that you fight back. So I bring all that up to say that one example he brought up in terms of a power play by a community was Bank of America. And he said, a lot of people don't really know that Bank of America was a power play by the Italian community to get power in America. And then a lot of people don't even know Bank of America was founded by individuals from the Italian community, and they call it Bank of America, so you won't even know that it's Italian owned. So he said that was a power move that they did to aggregate their economics, and he said basically to do what you're talking to Black people about doing now, that's what they did to build Bank of America. So I do that showing you the Bank of America Tower because I just thought that this was something, the one way for us to build empires in our community is to understand the structure and the foundation of other people's empires so that we'll know and get some ideas on how to build our own. So that's it. I'm out of here. Hit the thumbs up button. I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Okay, so now that we've seen the video and we kind of rehashed what was discussed in the first video, I want to zoom in on one part of the conversation in which we talked about Facebook. Facebook was literally the first thing that myself and this individual talked about when we first spoke. In fact, that was part of the reason we were having our meeting. And here's the thing, when we've talked about Facebook, we both agreed, on the egregious censorship of Facebook, the racism that Facebook has shown by selectively deciding who they're going to ban, everything from the, data and privacy concerns, which didn't bother me as much, but it is important to the country. The fact that, Facebook is violating antitrust law, things like that. And Facebook has become a tyrannical company. They've really become a company that, in the estimates of a lot of experts, they have a little bit too much power. And what I want to do is kind of show you some quick examples of areas where Facebook, has really just, dropped the gauntlet onto the American people and onto the world, really, in terms of really doing things that I think are unethical. For example, here you can see where they're banning people for exercising their freedom of speech. Louis Farrakhan, who's a friend of mine, is a person that, they said, oh, he's dangerous. He's doing these dangerous things. But the problem is they can't find, any examples of him ever, ordering anybody to be killed or anything like that. And, and it's just nonsense. I mean, we're supposed to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want to say. And that's just not the country we live in. And of course, you have Alex Jones and Milo Yiannopoulos and Paul Nehlen. I don't know as much about the last guy, but I know these other guys. And I don't agree with what most of these guys in here say. But I think that in a country where we're supposed to have freedom of speech, you should allow people to say what they want to say. And then as a member of the Black community, I've been especially concerned with, stories like this one where, not that one, here we go. Where basically they call it Facebook while Black. Users call it getting zucked. They say that talking about racism is often censored as hate speech. That's another example. I'll show you. And here's something where I saw somebody making a move that I thought was very bold. Chris Hughes, who's a co-founder of Facebook, actually wrote a very long, I'm talking about maybe had to be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 words, maybe longer, article in the New York Times, an op-ed basically saying it's time to break up Facebook. And Chris was a co-founder of Facebook along with Mark Zuckerberg. They were buddies. There are pictures in this article of these two, hanging out together back when they were, two young college kids, sitting there. They're probably billionaires in this picture. But he wrote a great article and a really strong piece in terms of where he lays out a really nice argument for why Facebook is violating antitrust law, why the company has too much power, why it needs to be kind of stopped and slowed down. And I don't know if that's going to happen. And he references, things like this. There was a Facebook privacy scandal with Cambridge Analytica where it was found that Facebook was being very sloppy with a lot of the user data. And that basically users were putting all this information and data in there. And Facebook, again, I'm an expert on stock markets and investing. So when Facebook went public, I noticed a distinct change in terms of how they did business. I noticed a very quick, strong change in terms of how they valued or devalued the customer. And it became really ugly and really unfair to the American people. And this led to all these hearings and things like that. But as you know, our Congress and our politicians are pretty much neutered. So they didn't do much of anything, but they did talk about it, right? And why is this an issue? Well, because Mark Zuckerberg kind of runs Facebook, as a czar, in a way, and he does whatever he wants. And Chris Hughes, his buddy, his co-founder, actually talked about that. And you can see here from a quote Mark made years ago, where he was saying that people should not trust him. He says, "They trust me, dumb fucks," and he puts "trust me" in air quotes to, and it's sort of interesting that this guy now controls the fates of billions of people. And he even calls you stupid for trusting him with your data, right? And then on a personal level, I'm constantly banned by Facebook. I was banned this past week because of an article I posted in 2013, and it was an article about somebody who called Michelle Obama a monkey. And so here's this guy who says that Michelle Obama should be part of the cast of Planet of the Apes, and I shared the article about the person calling Michelle Obama a monkey. And I don't know if it was this person. A lot of people call Michelle Obama a monkey. I can't remember if it was him or a woman, but 2 or 3 people at least, maybe several, have called her a monkey. But either way, I just shared the article and I got banned, for 30 days for sharing the article because they define it as hate speech. So ultimately, my point here, the case that I'm making is that, I thought it was interesting when we talked about Facebook. We talked about Facebook for a while. He was part of an effort to deal with Facebook. There are people at all levels that are challenging Facebook right now. I think Facebook over time is going to lose a lot of power. I think they're going to get regulated. I think that they're going to get investigated for antitrust violations. I think that it's going to probably be a conservative government that does that, because Facebook is a liberal company. So they tend to ban conservatives more than liberals. I don't know if the liberals don't really Right now, unfortunately, the Democratic Party isn't big on freedom of speech. They're real big on shutting people down and telling them that they don't have a right to talk and things like that. But either way, whether it's liberal or conservative, I think if we want to really protect and save this country, we should, deal with Facebook and kind of minimize their power. And so in the Black community, I can say that we have what we call Plan B, which is called Black Enough. Blackenough.com is a platform we set up that operates a lot like Facebook, and it's a space where you have freedom of speech as long as you're not trying to hurt anybody or attacking anybody or threatening anybody with physical violence, things like that. But in general, blackenough.com is how you spell it. It's on my shirt. That was something we put in. Operation Black Enough was put in place about 2.5 years ago to prepare us for exactly what we're seeing right now. Because I know personally, I feel like it's a matter of time before Facebook permanently bans me. But they're banning a lot of people. I just read about a brother not too long ago, who was who had hundreds of thousands of people on Facebook and was making a lot of money, had a big business, was, paying a lot of people. And then suddenly Facebook just said, boom, you're gone. They kind of do a Thanos on your business. They snap their fingers and you disappear. You don't exist. And so anybody who's thinking about building a business off of Facebook, be very, very careful. Number one, having big Facebook pages isn't what it used to be. I have several big pages on Facebook. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of people on these pages. It's very hard to reach that whole audience. It's very difficult. So, just don't invest a lot of your money or your time into Facebook. Find other alternative ways to do business that go outside of Facebook. Make Facebook a piece of your plan. Don't make it the bulk of your plan, because if you do, you're asking for trouble, because they love to destroy businesses and ban people, and they really have this racist bend where not only will they ban you, but they do it in a way that really is reflective of tyrannical behavior. There's no due process. There's nobody responds to you when you tell them it's a mistake. There's nobody you can get on the phone. There's no statute of limitations. The post I got banned for this week in 2019 was from 2013, a 6-year-old post. And it wasn't even something that I said. I just shared it. I said, can you believe they called Michelle Obama a monkey? The rules of Facebook have changed since that time, and we still got banned. So I'm not even complaining about it. By this time, you kind of get used to the abuse, but we're not going to take it for too much longer. So if you want to be a part of a secondary platform that you can have in addition to your Facebook page, join us at blackenough.com. We've got tens of thousands of people over there having great conversations in the Black community. It's a really awesome platform. It's really cool. So I'm about to go, guys. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the share button and subscribe button. Also, if you'd like a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, you can go to drboycewatkins.net. That's drboycewatkins.net. Also, if you'd like to support the growth of intelligent Black media throughout the world, we believe in pushing intelligent Blackness and intelligence all throughout the world in terms of us thinking outside the box, being open-minded. We'd love to have you as a sponsor and a patron of the platform at intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. So take care, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. Peace.